After cycling 12,000 kilometers, Thailand isn't just another country. It is the start of a whole new chapter of our amazing world bike tour, Southeast Asia.
The heat hits us like a wall. The streets are so alive, with motorbikes weaving through traffic, sizzling walks filling the air with the smell of chili and lemongrass. Temples glow under the tropical sun and the humidity sticks to our skin. It is a bit of a shock to our system, to be honest.
Very much accustomed to the speed of a bicycle, very gradual changes and plenty of time to take them in. Well, let's just say, after months of barren landscapes and freezing nights at extreme altitudes in the remote mountains of Central Asia, this really is a whole different world.
Actually, a dream destination of ours for many years. We always shied away from taking such a long flight. Now we have cycled most of the distance, but eventually hit a dead end. With winter around the corner and no visa for China, we had to take a leap. A 4,000-kilometer flight from Almaty in Kazakhstan to Bangkok in Thailand.
So, over the coming episodes we will continue our journey through the colorful and flashy chaos that is Southeast Asia. We will sweat, eat tons of yummy food, sweat some more, pass endless rice paddies and lush rainforests, visit serene tropical islands and be in awe of the fascinating cultures of Thailand, Laos, Cambodia and eventually Vietnam.
That is, if our bicycles arrived with us, of course.
We made it to Bangkok successfully. Everything arrived, both bicycles, perfect. Now we just need to assemble them successfully. I'll just organize something to open the boxes.
Although a bit tired, we assemble our beloved bicycles right in the airport, save the taxi fare and be done with it. We put all our love in packing them. Unfortunately, they made the trip unscathed. We finally finished assembling our bikes.
Which was a little bit more difficult this time because the boxes were really small, 1.40 m by 80 by 20. So we had to take off the kickstands, the front rack, the mudguards, the front wheel, take off the handlebar.
It took a lot of time, but now we are very hungry. It's dark outside.
Let's jump into the city and traffic. ATMs in Thailand take 220 baht of fee, which is about $7, which is a hefty fee. So we take the maximum amount of money out of the ATM, I guess, right?
We didn't sleep for 36 hours. The hot and humid air leaves us speechless, and it is time for our first big surprise.
You see, like most sane people, we grew up with right-hand traffic. Yes, we understand. Some people, including some of you, follow left-hand traffic. However, apart from the few people from that island, most were forced into that fringe belief.
Oh my god, this is terrifying!
Oh. Seriously, Thailand, we have questions. Mainly, why? We don't want to start a big argument here, but that can't be the right way to go. Even the British don't say something is the left way.
What? This was very unexpected. All jokes aside, the road exiting the airport was really stressful. The following day we are drawn into a typical neighborhood temple that is so wildly different from everything we have seen so far. Since leaving Europe, we cycle through Muslim countries most of the time. Over 93% of Thais self-identify as Buddhist, and many of them visit temples on a daily basis.
This is the 365th day of our trip, being on the road. It's a big new chapter entering Southeast Asia.
And we are a little bit confused.
And physically also, I mean, our bodies are in a lot of stress because we come from a colder, very dry climate now to a much hotter and very humid climate.
That's why I am now using this herbal inhaler, which is helping me to deal with the stress.
Oh, so good stuff.
Very
We'll first cycle through Bangkok. It's a gigantic city, so we have about 35 kilometers through this traffic to a hotel that's closer to the city center. We'll spend a couple of days, sort of some equipment issues, like our tent poles that broke and stuff like this.
In bright daylight and with the worst jet lag behind us, the traffic doesn't feel nearly as bad. Cycling on the wrong side of the road, like everyone else, helps. It is still very confusing every time there is a crossroad or junction, but luckily we have to go straight most of the time.
While there's no cycling infrastructure, it seems like the left lane is mostly used by motorcycles and cars tend to keep a healthy distance. After thousands of kilometers with barely any traffic, or traffic rules for that matter, we were a bit concerned, although fitting in might come easier than we thought.
The strategy is to follow the local motorcyclists.
Technically the law of the land, right?
And I must say, I feel very comfortable that there are so many motorcyclists here on this road.
The Bangkok metro area has about 17.5 million inhabitants. The population density here is about 2,000 times that of the High Pamir. By matter of comparison, Central Asia is pretty much empty. Anyways, we booked a cheap room for a few days to get stuff done.
The traffic in Bangkok makes us really hungry, but fortunately there is food literally everywhere. There's no place where you can buy no food at all. It's crazy.
Arev likes to know what she's ordering. With her native Armenian, Russian, English, German and 3 alphabets, she had little trouble communicating this far. Thai, however, is fundamentally different, and so she's pretty much limited to sign language and Google Translate for now.
I'm having communication problems. But I think we understood each other.
After figuring out all sorts of little issues with our equipment and bicycles, we feel the need to leave this hot and sweaty metropolis. It is late October, almost the end of the rainy season, but Mathias struggles a lot with the combination of heat and humidity. The idea is to cycle the north of Thailand, where the climate should be much more bearable.
Here we take a left.
We will take a train to Chiang Mai, but we can't leave this iconic city without at least some sightseeing. Running errands a few days earlier, we spotted something we have to check out up close.
Wat Phaknam Bachisaron is a breathtaking temple in Bangkok, known for its massive 69-meter golden Buddha that commands attention from every angle. The temple is also home to a striking tall stupa that one can climb to get a better look of the Buddha's back and surrounding city.
So this Buddha guy is really big, which only makes sense. I mean, we are in Thailand, Buddhism seems to be really big, so big Buddha, check.
Apparently huge Buddha statues are also a thing. This one is part of Wat Khun Chan, another temple complex a mere 50 meters away on the other side of a narrow canal.
Anyway, we booked a room in the city center for 2 nights. Let's see what else this city has to offer.
Slight traffic problem in Bangkok. So it's really good with a bicycle actually. I think we are much faster than most cars.
Time for a little refreshment. Choose your favorite fruit or fruit mix and seconds later you have a delicious sweet and ice-cold smoothie. Be careful though, they are extremely addictive.
The country, and especially the capital, is full of historical and architectural gems. Most of them are either places of worship or palaces. Accordingly, the full ceremonial name of Bangkok is actually the City of Angels, the Great City, the Eternal Jewel City, the Impregnable City of the god Indra, the grand capital of the world endowed with 9 precious gems, the Happy City, bounding in an enormous royal palace that resembles the heavenly abode where reigns the reincarnated god, a city given by Indra and built by Vishnu Khan.
Or just Bangkok for short.
The Chao Phraya River has been the city's lifeline for centuries.
The next morning we hop on a boat. Often also described as the Venice of the East, Bangkok is built on a network of rivers and canals that shaped its history, culture and daily life.
The intricate canal system, known as klongs, once functioned as roads connecting communities and markets. Even today, these waterways remain essential for irrigation, flood control and carrying everything from bustling ferries over floating markets to the occasional long-distance cyclists.
Rising majestically on the banks of the Chao Phraya River, Wat Arun, or the Temple of Dawn, is one of Bangkok's most revered landmarks.
Its central prang, soaring to a height of about 82 meters, is intricately decorated with colorful porcelain and seashells symbolizing Mount Meru, the center of the universe in Buddhist cosmology. It is surrounded by 4 smaller towers, each representing different elements of Buddhist belief. At dawn and dusk, the temple's facade shimmers, reflecting the first and last light of the day, embodying its name.
We are stunned by the aesthetics and incredible craftsmanship and spend several hours in the Wat Arun complex admiring the artwork.
After a day of sightseeing, we end up a bit far from our hotel. Probably part of a proper Bangkok experience, we take a tuk-tuk. Not used to that kind of speed and not being in control, we find it fun and terrifying.
The following day we take rapid train number 109 to Chiang Mai. Despite its name, it is the slowest of all the overnight sleeper trains on that 750-kilometer route. Rapid or not, with number 109 we can bring our bicycles without putting them in a box. Up north, Thailand is fairly mountainous and we are looking forward to cycling the famous Mai Hong Son Loop.
Good morning from Chiang Mai. It's 5:30 a.m. This is a night market, supposedly. Maybe it's also morning market. We are hungry because we just arrived here with the night train from Bangkok, which took 14 hours. It's great that this is open because we can buy all the food we need.
The morning market is a feast for the senses. There is so much going on. We see monks waiting patiently at the food stalls carrying a big metal bowl. As the sun rises over Thailand, saffron-robed monks walk barefoot through the streets, collecting alms from the faithful. This ancient ritual, known as takbat, is a quiet exchange. Lay people offer rice and food, while monks give blessings in return.
We are fascinated. Everywhere steam rises from bubbling pots, filling the air with rich, savory aromas. Vendors carefully portion out ready-to-grab meals, from fragrant curries to sticky rice. Bright orange steamed pumpkin sits beside trays of dark, rich blood cake.
So because it's early in the morning, there's all varieties of food. Also the breakfast things like coffee, soy milk, and I even spotted some toast, which is not very typical. Which is probably typical, but we haven't seen it so far because we always slept too long. Here at the Chiang Mai Gate Market, you can buy every type of food that you can possibly imagine, and most of it is already packed in little handy portions because the Thai people are very busy. They just pass by here really quickly to get some snacks and food for the day. So you can find sausages, sticky rice, soups. Yeah, incredible.
Over the past month in Central Asia, our food choice was quite basic and repetitive most of the time. During difficult days on the Pamir Highway, we often motivated ourselves by dreaming about the great food further down the road. Now that we are here, this tops even our wildest dreams, and we are so hungry.
Yeah, I think we should get started with something. It's breakfast time. With all that choice, it's really hard to make up my mind what I want to start first, but I just spotted something which is very typical for Thailand. Mango with sticky rice. Let's go. The mango is just mango, obviously, very, very ripe and sweet. The sticky rice is, plain sticky rice. And there's coconut cream on top of it to bring it all together. And the coconut cream is supposed to be a little salty. And apparently they put some fried rice crackers for some crunch on the top as well. So that's a perfect breakfast bite. Let's go for it. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. So fruity. The mango, I've never had a mango that's so delicious before. In Europe, we obviously only get the mangoes that get imported really, really green and then they don't taste properly. This one is a really sweet, ripe mango. I love it.
It is literally what the name says. Whether enjoyed as a refreshing snack or a satisfying finish to a meal, it is a simple yet irresistible treat.
I'm ready for a second course. I've been told curry soup is very different here in the north. So let's check this out for course number 2.
เป็นแสนพ็อกซุปค่ะ
หมู
พ็อกพุทธิบาทค่ะ
Okay.
ยาน้ำเงี้ยวเจ้า
There's a lot of noodles, different parts of the pork, some blood cake as well. And here on the table we find different condiments to put in the soup, healthy veggies and more flavor profiles.
Thai food is all about bold flavors and textures. Add some bean sprout and or chopped green beans for extra crunch and freshness.
Spicy, that has some real kick to it. Let's go for the blood cake first. Actually, the blood cake is not so bloody. The broth is actually really light, just a hint of curry. Oh yeah, it's spicy. But very light, very good for breakfast.
Blood cake is very rich in protein and minerals, and also very cheap. Mathias loves trying new things and finishes the bowl fast.
What's next?
Arev didn't like the concept of blood cake soup for breakfast. Actually, that is an understatement. She was horrified. Anyways, since Chiang Mai is a big city, she has no trouble finding something to her liking.
This Thai French toast adaptation is a crazy sugar explosion, especially combined with the Thai tea and coffee. We spent almost 2 weeks in Chiang Mai, but not just for eating. We can't wait to get back on our bicycles, but that is how long it takes us creating a full-length episode.
Finally, we can hop back on our saddles, but of course not without a little something to eat.
So after having some breakfast, we'll head out of Chiang Mai, Thailand, and do the Mae Hong Son Loop.
A hungry cyclist's paradise, although even in Thailand food might be a little harder to get in the countryside, so we take some extra for the way.
After a late second breakfast and with our bellies full, we leave Chiang Mai behind, ready to hit the mountainous Mae Hong Son Loop. It is 130 kilometers to Pai. Soon we are surrounded with lush greenery, colorful flowers and rice paddies.
In the late afternoon, with about 80 kilometers to Pai and some proper mountains ahead, we call it a day. Our first night outside was unpleasant to say the least. We camped on a mosquito-infested patch of grass behind a cafe. It was extremely humid and far too hot in the tent.
7 a.m. Slightly sweaty.
On the next 70 kilometers, the road to Pai goes up and down 1,700 meters each. That is a lot, and we do not expect to be able to do it in one day.
So far, we had only seen rainforests in pictures. Now we begin to feel them. Soon the tropical sun burns on our skin and the high humidity takes the breath away.
My complete pant is soaked with sweat. That's insane.
Eventually, the rainforest grows thick and provides some shade. Our day mainly consists of 4 very steep climbs. A little later, we see the first water buffaloes and envy them for their mud bath.
Pai used to be a very chill, if not sleepy hippie hideaway deep in the mountains. However, with 40 million foreign tourists coming to Thailand per year, the days when Pai was an insider tip are over. It is the first and major stop on the Mae Hong Son Loop.
Stretching approximately 660 kilometers, it is famous for its 1,864 curves along the winding mountain roads. The countless twists and turns make it a favorite among motorcyclists and adventure travelers that make it to the north.
Oh my.
They pass us in droves all day.
I don't know, it's just me. But the road here. Roads here are steep. Oh my god. Whew. My god, that is so funny. Shit, that's ridiculous.
By the late afternoon we covered 40 kilometers with a total elevation gain of 1,300 meters, when we reached a great camp spot with access to public toilets. After being soaked in sweat all day, we are very happy about a bucket shower. A gentle breeze blows over the campsite and we are not harassed by mosquitoes. Being at altitude, the temperature is pretty comfortable.
The next morning there is still a little more climbing to do.
Oh my god, this is so steep. What?
This road features numerous steep inclines and very sharp curves, with sections where gradients easily exceed 15 to 20%. Only thanks to a very low granny gear and the perfectly smooth asphalt surface, we don't have to push our bicycles.
Reaching the highest point of the road to Pai, we get a beautiful view of the mountains around us. Untouched rainforests, as far as the eye can see. We end up staying several weeks in Pai, as it is a good place to edit more videos. By chance, we also get to observe not one, but two of Thailand's most magical traditions happening together.
Yi Peng is a northern Thai lantern festival dating back to the Lanna kingdom. Yi means two and Peng means a full moon day, and it's celebrated on the full moon day in the second month of the Lanna lunar calendar. It's a night of renewal where thousands of glowing lanterns rise into the sky, carrying away worries and inviting good fortune for the year ahead. The act of releasing a lantern is deeply symbolic, letting go of misfortune and making space for new opportunities.
At the same time, the Loi Krathong festival is celebrated all over Thailand. Small floating boats, or krathongs, are set adrift on the river. Traditionally made from banana leaves and adorned with candles and flowers, these offerings are meant to honor the water spirits and express gratitude.
Even though efforts are made, they pose a significant environmental issue. While the use of styrofoam and plastic is strictly forbidden, non-biodegradable parts like metal wires and lantern wax remain a problem, just like the significant air pollution and, who would have thought, fire hazard.
Still, these are centuries-old traditions. The entire town came alive with celebration, food, laughter, and the quiet hope that their lanterns and wishes would rise high into the night sky, carrying them towards a brighter future.
Our wish is to continue this journey and to take you with us all the way. Recently we surpassed 500,000 total views. It means a lot and would not have been possible without our amazing contributors on Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal.
You see, despite working day and night half the time, we still only make a fraction of what we spend from YouTube ads. After 2.5 years and over 40 episodes, our savings are pretty much gone, but we also see some light at the end of the tunnel.
With 1,000 euros in monthly contributions, we would be able to keep editing videos, and we are almost halfway there. So if you've been holding back, now is a great time to check out buymecoffee.com/aworldbiketour or paypal.me/amazingworldbiketour.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing our journey and your thoughts with us. Until next time when we change our plans and go off the beaten path in northern Thailand.
And may the wind be at your back.